Okay guys, so today we're going to be talking about The Stars Never Rise by Rachel Vincent, and I have a couple of different things to talk about with you, so let's get started. Hi, my name is Sarah Cater, and you're watching Aliens, Clones, and Airships. Nina Kane is a poor girl living in New Temperance, a town that is under the control of the Unified Church. In order to make money, she illegally launders school clothes for the factory owner's daughter. On her way home from a very early morning run, Nina is pursued by a degenerate, a demon that has possessed the body of a human, and slowly the body deteriorates when the demon has not found a new host, and they are trapped in this body, and eventually they become monstrous. Nina barely escapes becoming the degenerate's lunch when a boy with striking green eyes comes and saves her by burning a hole with his hand through the degenerate's chest. At first, she assumes he's an exorcist by the church. However, he's not the typical exorcist type who would normally have branding on his cheek and wear the church robes. This boy wears a hoodie and has crazy green eyes and is about her age. So who was he, and how was he able to stop the degenerate from hurting her? Nina's sister Melanie is the reader of the two of them. She likes to read borrowed, pre-war collections from before secular fiction was unofficially outlawed after the war against the unclean. Public libraries were recycled and cell phones were abandoned in order to reduce the likelihood of interaction between demons. Melanie, in this crazy world, clings to books in order to escape the world that she lives in. Both girls live under the neglect of their druggy mom, who, when woken, is extremely violent and more intolerable than when she just flat out neglects them. The church has no idea that their mother is no longer working, and if they found out, then they would take the girls away. Soon after her encounter with the degenerate and the strange boy with the glowing green eyes, Nina decides to pledge herself to the church as a teacher, the same day that her sister Melanie is found to be sick. Melanie is openly skeptical of the church and its teachings, which in this world is dangerous and could get anyone in huge trouble. Nina worries about this skepticism and tries to nip it in the bud before anyone else can hear anything Melanie is saying. At times, it even seems like Nina is in favor of the church while she's trying to convince her sister to be careful about what she says. Everyone involved in the church is branded, whether they are exorcists and branded on their cheeks, or they are teachers and nuns and branded on their hands. In this world, it is believed that babies are born without souls because there aren't enough souls to go around due to the consumption of souls by the demons who are lurking around. Demons parade around inside of the bodies of humans and pretend to be their hosts until the time comes when they can possess somebody else. But if they can't find a new host, then the bodies degenerate and they become degenerates. All babies who are born to people who have parenting licenses granted by the church. In order to be born with a soul, someone else has to donate their lives for the baby, whether it's someone on the universal donor list or someone within the family of the baby. Right before Nina has the chance to pledge herself to the church, it's found out that her sister Melanie runs away from this huge test where she is being assessed for her ability to procreate. Those who are deemed unfit to procreate, whether they have some kind of disease or small genetic attribute that ends up making them unfavorable. When those who are assessed are found to have those issues, they are immediately sterilized so that procreation by them is impossible. And then we find out that Nina failed her sophomore year assessment and was sterilized immediately. So Melanie runs away from her test because she knows that she is pregnant with a baby of a boy her age, which, if you don't have a parenting license and you're underage, is considered a sin. And in New Temperance and all of the other small colonies run by the Unified Church, it is punishable by death to commit any type of sin. While trying to hide her sister from the church, Nina finds out that her neglectful mother isn't quite what she seems. It turns out, instead of being a druggie and very sick, she ends up being a demon herself, which leads Nina to her very first exorcism and the rest of the plot. I really enjoyed reading this book, although I had worries about it when I first read the description on the inside flap. I'm always worried about any book that vilifies the church, only because I don't want to read something that's completely against religion, whereas I myself am not exactly the most religious person either. I received this book from my mom. She was going to give it to a friend, but she had me read it because she wasn't quite sure about it and she hadn't read the inside cover. So I read the book, and we quickly determined it probably wouldn't be the book for her friend, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. It turns out that there's more at play than just the church and demons and exorcists taught by the church. There are real exorcists, and Nina happens to be one of them. Her sister is captured by the church after Nina exorcises her very first demon, and since then Nina has paired up with the mysterious boy with glowing green eyes and a couple of other real exorcists who are being chased by the church. It's a very interesting dynamic to see real versus fake exorcisms, and how this church isn't really a church. It's more of a cult. Nina and her friends have to figure out how to save Melanie from the church while hiding from the evil of the church and the degenerates that are coming after Nina, because she just recently was triggered, which means she just recently came into her exorcism powers. I really enjoyed reading it because of the strange elements at play, and also the strange character Finn, who has a bit of a secret of his own. He is not quite who he seems, at times is often related to a demon, though he is not evil himself. So I won't spoil what that means for you. I don't want to give away anything more. I just think that it's a very fascinating concept, a little hard to follow at times, but definitely worth the read if you're interested in books that have magical elements to them, especially when characters are fighting for their lives against people who don't quite understand them. That's all I'm going to say about this book. I don't want to give my spoiler-filled section today. This book does really well on its own. I really want you to read it. I think it's a very interesting read. It's a Penguin Random House book, so you know it's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to the second book. I just found out there's a second book. So before I go, I just wanted to remind you that I'm going to be doing another book review of After She's Gone by Lisa Jackson, and I also am putting together a collection of interviews with some of my favorite cover artists, so stay tuned for those. And I am very excited to be growing as a booktuber because I was seriously nervous with my first few videos, but I think I'm finally starting to get the hang of it. And I highly appreciate everybody's support. Thank you guys for watching my videos. I know it's been tough to watch the first few. Regardless, I am very thankful for everyone who has supported me in some way or another. If anyone has any recommendations of books for me to read and review in the future, or things that you want to see on my channel, please feel free to drop it in the comments below, or send me a message either on Facebook or Twitter. I'm all over the place. I'm so open to hearing suggestions. I heard a suggestion from my friend recently about reading The Children of Blood and Bone. I'm very excited to read that. I've wanted to read it for a very long time, so that's definitely going to be on my list of things to read and review. If you have any suggestions at all, I am totally open. Also, I'm planning on redoing my bookshelf. I really love this setup, but I think that I'm not going to have enough room for more books, even though I have a couple you can't see bookshelves below and they are completely a mess, so I'm not going to show you right now. I still want this to look really nice so that when I'm filming, it's completely neat. It doesn't have random stacks of books just laying around. So if anyone wants to see as I reorganize, I might do a video about that. Not sure, really. I might just tinker around as I go, as I continue to make videos and read books. I'm hoping at some point I can finally fix the ones that are below so that way I can expand my view of my books and not have to stand on this giant step stool that I'm standing on. And someday I will show you what that looks like when everything behind me looks a lot more neat. Right now, it's atrocious. I don't even want to go there. But yeah, I'm very excited about this whole process. I definitely feel a lot more camera confident. It's been great. Thank you guys for watching this review. You guys are wonderful. I want to interact more with you. Without you guys, this channel would be absolutely nothing. I guess that's it. Thank you guys for watching.